They say the dead don't care about politics, but in Scotland, the old spirits have a very low tolerance for thieves, especially the ones who are running the country. Deep in the rural depths of Fife, parked next to an elderly mother's modest cottage, sat a masterpiece of modern engineering belonging to her son. A pristine, six-figure luxury motorhome. It wasn't registered in any official ledger. It didn't exist on any asset register. It was bought entirely with diverted campaign donations. And tonight, its proud owner, Robin McRogue, senior elected member of the Scottish Parliament, was using it as his personal sanctuary. Inside the mobile palace, McRogue was living the dream. He sipped vintage wine from luxury crystal glasses while admiring his state-of-the-art computerized telescope, another little treat from the party treasury. Smiling smugly, he tapped away on his laptop, moving figures between offshore bank accounts. He felt entirely safe, completely untouchable. Then the digital dashboard glitched. The air inside the cabin instantly plummeted to a bone-chilling freeze. The politician's breath plumed into thick white mist. He shivered, reaching for the digital climate control, but the touchscreen was dead. Instead, a faint, ancient scent of damp earth and peat moss filled the pristine leather interior. An invisible force, old as the Scottish soil, had entered the vehicle, a spirit deeply offended by a modern parasite stealing from the Scottish people who had donated their hard-earned money. Suddenly, the high-tech gadgets went haywire. On the kitchen unit, the espresso machine began to hiss and spit, aggressively launching boiling black sludge all over the cream leather seats. The 2,000-pound silver coaster began to vibrate fiercely, shaking the wine glass with a terrifying supernatural hum. Panic exploding in his chest, McRogue scrambled for the exit. The central locking snapped shut. Panic turned to terror. He beat against the reinforced glass, but the digital vents suddenly roared at maximum power, pumping a heavy, supernatural fog into the cabin. Within seconds, his eyes grew heavy. Dizzied by the phantom mist, the corrupt politician collapsed onto his plush sofa, falling into a deep, inescapable slumber. Hours later, he was violently jolted awake. His body slammed into the furniture as the motorhome took a brutal screeching corner. He scrambled to his feet and looked towards the cockpit. The driver's seat was completely, terrifyingly empty. Yet, the steering wheel was spinning frantically, and the pedals were pumping themselves like a frantic ghost playing an organ. Through the windscreen, his heart dropped. He saw he wasn't in Fife anymore. It was 8:30 on a Monday morning. The phantom-driven motorhome was hurtling erratically down Edinburgh's historic Royal Mile. It was mounting pavements, narrowly missing pedestrians, and blasting its horn on a deafening, continuous loop. McRogue screamed, clutching the kitchen unit for dear life as the motorhome careered down toward the bottom of the mile. With one final, violent swerve, the motorhome slammed on its brakes, coming to a dead halt slap bang outside the Scottish Parliament building at Holyrood. And unfortunately for McRogue, the plaza was already packed. TV news crews, journalists, live streamers and fellow politicians were standing outside, waiting for a scheduled press briefing. With roars of shock, everyone in the press pack rushed to surround the driverless vehicle, desperate to capture whatever was inside it. The side door burst open. The supernatural force violently ejected McRogue out onto the plaza. He landed bottom down in front of all the shocked spectators, wearing only his coffee-stained silk pyjamas, and for reasons he would never be able to explain in court, he was desperately clutching a designer bread bin. The supernatural force wasn't done. With a sleek electronic whir, the motorhome cinema screen dropped down inside the vehicle, displaying a glowing, high-definition image of McRogue's laptop screen with his fraudulent bank spreadsheets and offshore account details. The press gasped as they peered in, capturing the evidence of fraud and ruin that would be shared and broadcast all over the world before McRogue could even change out of his pyjamas. The motorhome's dashboard lights gave one final cheerful blink and went quiet. Justice had been served, Scottish style,